What hurts the most? I'm like a doctor. I'm like a doctor of automation. Typically, we're looking at the business owner first because their time is the most valuable of anybody's. Secondary to that, you kind of just go from the highest paid person down that totem pole of what's consuming your time. And we also factor in not just time, but mental energy. And I think a lot of people overlook that of mental load. And with our more and more complex world, we need to be very cognizant of that, of stress levels, of overwhelm, of just the things, the noise, and how that defocuses us. So when we're looking at what to automate, it's a factor of what's causing us the most pain and what's the lowest hanging fruit.
I love and require proven, profitable processes before applying any level of automation. Because if you want to make money, and I look in the past, well, how have you made money? And it's all over the place. We can't even think about automation because we've got to figure out what are the steps that you can do repeatedly that will actually produce a profit. I need to start with a proven process for two reasons. One, because I'm emulating profitable human behavior. That's what automation does. Two, I need a baseline. So if you were doing this before and it resulted in this amount of time and effort, now when we apply automation to it, we have a one-to-one.
Unless you come with a very clear problem that we need to solve immediately, like blood is gushing out, then what we're going to do is we're going to first look to the right of the dollar sign, which is the perfect client onboarding. So what happens when somebody buys? I want to make sure that's on lockdown. Then I'm going to go just to the left of the dollar sign, and we're going to look at how are you selling? And then we're going to go out and start to look at, okay, now do you have any lead magnets? Do you have any sort of nurturing automation? Or do we need to look at your list? I'm going to start to expand out, but I always start closest to the dollar sign, client experience first, so that our clients are on lockdown and we don't have to put out fires, and so that our sales has more confidence. Sales next, so that it's on lockdown, we have control over it, and then that's going to spill confidence over into anything else that we're doing around our email marketing, nurturing, and or lead capture. So start close to the dollar sign, work your way out.
Every business is different to an extent, but in most businesses, there's things that don't require a personal touch. So if it doesn't require you to touch the customer and it can be automated, you probably should automate it. In many cases, that tends to be things like, emails, things like pushing things from the left to the right, moving a folder. But also it's important to talk to your team and ask how people are doing it right now, because you'll probably find that everyone's doing it differently. And that's a way to get everyone on the same page and doing it together as a team.
I think one of the things that I do that's really helpful is get onto the front lines and talk to those people and just ask them about their workday. What is the thing that you feel like you're doing all the time that is draining your energy? And then can we automate that? What can we do to just pull the sand out of the gears of your day to let you move fast and be energized and be doing creative work?
I think the best problem that automation solves is use of time. Make a list of all of the things that your humans in your business are doing, or maybe even just yourself, and making a list of the things that are the most time intensive and the most tedious and repetitive. That's a really great way to diagnose. The second best way to diagnose is to lay out your customer journey as a whole, making sure that you know exactly the milestones and making sure that people are moving through. And if you don't have automation taking people from point A to point B, you want to make sure that you're leveraging automation to nudge your customers or your prospects through that pipeline to make sure that they are being reminded and encouraged every step of the way.
Walking them through the process and kind of asking questions along the way. And each step typically falls into like a need to have or a nice to have. Sometimes an automated message is fine, but the response needs to be human. It's the care that needs to go into each step and how you want the customer to feel. If you want them to feel something very specific, typically either it needs to be a well-crafted automation or bypass that completely and let a human do it. If it's just managerial, if it's a task, then automate it.
Ask yourself what you really enjoy doing in your business and what you do not. Because no matter who you are, there are elements on your to-do list that you are passionate about, and there are also elements that just need to get done. At the end of the day, your longevity in this space with your business at your company is dependent on your desire to continue doing the things you're doing. And so if you can use automation to remove the things that drain you, the things that you find distasteful, the things that are just tiresome, you're extending your own appetite for the work that you are doing and thereby increasing the impact you can have for your audience and the world. So I would ask you to make 2 lists and to divide your daily, weekly, or monthly tasks into things that you enjoy, things that you're passionate about, things that charge you up, and into things that just simply need to get done. And then let's use automation to tackle as many items off of that second list as possible so that you can pour your time and energy into the tasks that not only drive your business forward, but charge you up while doing it.